Done.
It's recording now.
The record can record.
It's recording now.
Okay. Hi.
Okay, sir.
Okay, let's go. Juliana, karibu.
Asante.
Mm.
So I was saying, hello? I was saying, you can hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes,
Go
we
ahead.
can hear you.
Okay, I was saying that me right now, I'm in Belgium, but my flight was supposed to be on the 1st of April, but because during that time, the airport is closed, it's not allowing passenger flights and everything. So I'm also in the same boat with you guys. I understand what you're going through. I'm also stuck here. But one thing I can advise is like, because of the opportunity of doing like online things, one thing which I've seen here, the experience that I'm getting from here is that even though it's like quarantine and lockdown, work has to still go on. So even though you have like it's even though you're not supposed to move anywhere, even though it's quarantine, you have like, as we are students, you still have work to do. So even as we want to go home, still your focus should be like, what can I do now to complete what my research or complete my studies or something like that. The other thing about so my thing is like, even though it's a not a good situation, still find a way to continue working, because at the end of the day you need to graduate and complete your studies. Then the other thing is that about the PR, the newspaper, the video, and everything, I would take a caution, especially with the public relations of Mandela. You know, it's, I don't know, I don't know if you could do it anonymously, like not putting your name and your face out there, because it can backfire and turn around, especially in terms of the administration of the university, not in terms of you as an individual elsewhere, but in terms of the image of Nelson Mandela. Because I know, you know how these guys work. They don't say, but then, you know, they kind of don't say out exactly what they feel. So it's a bit conscious, even as we do the PR and all the know out. Maybe if it's in terms of a letter, or in terms of such that it's a letter with a group, but not putting your individual names. You understand? So so you could do it in anonymously, or like maybe to the newspaper, or to create awareness, but try to how can I say, try to preserve your identity.
Okay.
Especially in terms of the administration from Mandela, and also in terms of the administration for your education and your because that's
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, in my opinion, Mandela, if our country would allow that to go back, I think Mandela would have no problem. And this, of course, it has to be a bargain with our country, because right here, they know, they're aware we are here. But if we so wish to go back home, and our country is ready to evacuate us, I think they wouldn't have much to do with it. But I also understand your position, just in case we are communicating something. Well, we don't even have to emphasize that the reason we want to get out here is that the situation is bad or anything. That, in the first place, should not be the reason for us to say we want to get out of here. But we could emphasize the need to be home in this kind of, we have to cite some smart reasons. Other than saying,
not put like painting to say that maybe we are suffering or we are doing this or something like that, but to make it like it's an urgency that you need to be with your families, for example, or you need to be in touch with, you have people you're caring for or something like that, but not in terms of I'm oppressed, or I'm scared or something like that of my environment, to create like a picture that says that maybe you're not being catered for or protected or provided for, something like that.
Sure. Sure. All right. That noted. Thank you. Any other person? Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you still have something more to add.
No. I'll add some more.
Okay.
Yep.
Keno, and actually invite one of you to start,
Yes.
give us your
Now,
opinions, and also give us update from home. You know, we are here. We
Sure.
just don't want Mwenda to give us.
Sure. Actually, for us, I think me and Archie have been seeing each other even in the quarantine. Yeah, because it's a walkable distance.
Is that confession?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The thing is,
Are you confessing that?
Come again.
No problem. No. Just go on.
Okay. For sure. Here we are just the same as you guys, because just a few people can go to work. It's almost the same. For me, you can even look at my hair. Today it's the day that I combed since the lockdown started. Okay. Because I was preparing for this video.
I mean,
Yeah.
Like really?
So anyway, let's go. Let's be serious. Hey, Henry, hi. How are you?
Hi. All right.
Okay, guys. On a serious note, just yesterday I watched the interview of Museveni and the Connery. That guy, the NBS guy. I don't know if you listened to it.
Yeah, I followed it yesterday.
Okay, but did you notice what the president said about people who are outside?
No,
Some of us may not be informed. I, for one, I didn't follow it.
Okay, what the guy said, I think there is no any other. They are not doing any. They are not having any. They are not making any efforts to retrieve people who have been stuck in those countries. I think I will quote his words. He was saying that if it is a war, that those people who are outside, that they should first battle with people who are within. Okay? Then after winning the battlefield, that's when they can now allow those people to come in. So he was directly saying that stay where you are. So I don't know how these efforts that we are trying to talk about here are going to really be, if they are going to be considered for you guys to really come back. Because the way he was saying it, it's as if everybody for himself who is not in Uganda. However much, don't think that he's also looking after us, because he has never given us the portion. You guys should know that.
Yeah.
You're not the vulnerable type.
Me personally.
You are not the poor type. You could be vulnerable, but poor.
By the way, to be on a serious note, just to know and to feel that you really also are important in the country, such things should reach you, and then maybe you can just reject and then give it maybe to someone else, you see. But if such things don't even reach the people who need them, then really we are also suffering here. So, but anyway, we are not like you guys. For us, we are lucky that we are home. When you are home, you cannot die when you are home. I feel for you guys.
Anyway, you can die for
It's so happy. One at a time.
The machine died.
Okay. The thing is, we would really prefer you guys to be home. For sure, home is better than anywhere else. Because look at this, even before you are in a lockdown, the rules and the environment is always hostile to a foreigner. Okay? Now, what about in these moments? What about in these moments? Okay, so I think if there is any way you guys are, there is any movement we are going to fight from within here to help you guys. Whatever you need, we shall help you guys to achieve so that you come back home. Okay? I'm with you. But guys, am I that funny? Why are you all laughing?
You're talking like a politician.
One Uganda, one
Some
people.
of you should meet your mates.
One people.
Yes.
Actually, we can.
I'm going to meet
Thank you,
some of
guys.
now.
I really feel bad for you that you're not at home. That's really bad. But one issue that I want to put across, regarding your suggestion on the recording, actually, we are not the first to propose this. There are so many students who have done this out there. I watched some weeks ago, some students from Italian universities and Denmark did the same thing. They recorded and it was actually broadcasted on NBS. Some students are also interviewed and were requesting to be evacuated, but have been futile up to now. And the situation there was much worse than what is in Tanzania right now. Because for them, even the weren't taking care of them like completely, though we haven't reached that stage. So I think we have to focus on ways of surviving there. How do you survive in Tanzania? Because presidential address, rather the presidential interview yesterday, and what we've been hearing from other countries, what other people have tried, we may be looking at like a dead end for this. So I think we have to look at how we survive in Tanzania. That's what I propose.
Archie.
One people.
Archie.
Yo.
One moment. Now, you guys, the thing is like this.
Yeah.
Now.
Juliana, why are you waving to us? We still need you.
Yeah, I'm saying, I want to say something.
Okay.
But
Juliana, go first.
Yeah, because I was saying that if you see that what the system was like when you arrive, you have to go under a quarantine for 14 days, and that quarantine for 14 days you pay it for yourself.
True.
And 1 day is $100 US. So if it's 14 days, that means you're paying $1,400 US. So practically, it's like someone telling you, we don't want you, because how can I come and $1,400 US and yet I'm just at home for 14 days. So yeah, for me, I looked at that. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait because I cannot go and pay. That is almost 3 times your flight ticket, 1,400. If I convert it, I'm like, okay, let me buy my milk and drink.
Okay. Okay. The thing is, on the issue of coming back, members were just looking at economics. Like the reason they may not evacuate others is that it may require a lot of resources which the government cannot pull at the moment. But for us here, since we share a border, people were thinking that since, in fact, moving from Tanzania to the border, if it is allowed, even members could, if it is allowed, members could raise the resources. But the issue would be handling outside the border or welcoming outside the border, and then also handling the issues of quarantine. But I'm also informed that the quarantine cost is no longer $100. The government also has some designated centers now for quarantine. But I do not know the life there and how it works, who pays and all that. But it's no longer $100.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's not $100.
Yeah. So that was what informed our suggestion that since we are very close, if the government, and in fact, there was a moment when the government informed us that they will be registering people stranded. They used the word stranded in Tanzania and any other country. And most people did that. The deadline was around 22nd. They also acknowledged receipt of the letters, but well, we do not know what has come out of the letters. So our idea was just to reinvigorate, to kind of remind them what has come out of that, and also emphasize our interest of going home. Because not everybody for sure wants to go home. Because if you balance the situation, it would be, we are not really sure which is better than the other, because being quarantined in Mandela is another thing. That is a better quarantine. But they need to be home, and then those kind of fears that in case something happens, who really would handle you? We have also had situations of how foreigners have suffered in other hospitals, because the priority is not on you for sure. In case of something bad, priority is not on you. And so that's why we came up with this idea to see what we can do. But I would still ask for your opinions, if you can, to advise us on how we can diplomatically do it, just in case it doesn't work. Still, we would have done our part. That we had the desire to come back. It didn't work, and they are informed of it.
I had this issue that was escalating about the truck drivers, those guys who are coming from Tanzania and Kenya. Those guys are always the ones that are contributing to the increase of cases in Uganda. I heard that they are going to introduce a system whereby they will be tested from wherever they are before they decide, that they will have like a card that shows that they have been cleared from where they're coming from. Okay, so
But if it's a fake test.
yes, that I took a COVID test, and it will be twice at least. I don't know the duration, I don't remember well, but it will be twice. So I don't know if maybe you can also take it as a bandwagon, something like that, for guys who are nearby, the ones that can really travel very fast, such that they can be tested that side, and then they are brought in here, and then maybe if they want, they test you the second time without need for you to go. Maybe you can also request to go to self-isolation at your home until when they test you, as long as you have that card. Maybe I don't know. What do you think?
It is what we are trying to think of, because right now cross-border movement is allowed to truck drivers, but we are not in that category.
I know.
Maybe you can be a turn boy.
You can be a turn boy.
Can be a turn boy of one of the.
Yes. Somebody here has some suggestion.
Yeah. Okay.
I think you are also now. You can join us from there.
Okay. Guys. Thank you so much for these deliberations. Always my suggestion, I'll stick to it. Maybe going for the media talk may not be fruitful, but I would prefer that could we involve the people who are in the middle, but they are somehow movers and at the same time decision makers.
Yeah.
And if we could get hold of those people who can help us get us into the country, because all we need is to get into the country. As you are all aware, there is no lockdown here. So you can do the math of the rest, don't need to go through those nitty-gritties. At point, whether we're on it, I'm worried that infection is an actual deal. Doesn't matter how much careful you'll get infected. That's and Mandela. War against Mandela. Mandela has been good to us, dated us, and we love it. This moment, we would like to go home, where our safety somehow a bit okay. because the decisions that have been taken for this country to be the way it is not Mandela's problem.
Yeah.
They were way above us. And when we do start maybe taking the other height that I had already suggested, would be your wisdom in how can we engage, since that there are not so many cases in Uganda and they are accommodating foreigners. We being Ugandans who are returning and students, can we stand a chance of being allowed back such that we may cross over when things get to their normal standing? To me, that's where I'm thinking. That's where my touch is. Because moving to the border from here, where we are to the border, is easy. But the biggest problem is us to cross the border. Could we, what's the best option? How best can we engage people who could allow us cross the border and get us into places where we can be quarantined, tested, and we are ready to obey every protocol all the way. But when we know, we are home.
What about making an appointment with like the embassy?
That issue we've tried, as we've told you before.
To call him and make an appointment, and then you meet physically.
They wouldn't allow
That
any
may
meeting,
not be
physical
possible
meeting at this
because
time. Because you cannot even travel to Dar es Salaam now. University wouldn't allow that.
Or like a meeting on Skype or on Zoom, but a face-to-face kind of meeting. Because sometimes when you write, some people don't understand properly. So like a face-to-face kind of meeting.
Or could I suggest this? That, okay, after this meeting, we have, of course, some consensus. First is to reach out to those who can help us, the embassy or Turkey or whoever.
How many times?
So we can write now an official letter, and we would indicate some names on it, and we send it to them. That would be, well, officially that's how things should go, and we highlight what exactly we want. We want to be moved to our country. Even where we can, maybe to even make it easier for them, we could say we can arrange our movement from Arusha to the border, but we want a good reception at the border. We want, of course, medical services and quarantine when we cross outside. So what about that position?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we can also have a recording that is just for the media and all other things like that to help us build the team. Sometimes if we don't get a response.
Yeah, the second one I don't like. The first one I like. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, we also want to let you know that I reached out to the ambassador actually, the high commissioner, like, yeah, it's a lady, I think. And I talked to her. At that time, we were not very certain if Mandela would allow us to stay, during this, because there was a communication that everybody should evacuate. You must have seen that.
Yes.
And we reached out to her just to let us know that, hey, we are here, we could get stranded. But the communication was not really, it didn't show anything positive. She just said,
Pray.
yeah, for lack of a better word, there wasn't anything positive. Yeah. So from that time, well, we said, okay, we know you are there, but fine, we have communicated. Now we could just do it to follow up, and this time with more force.
Yes.
Official letter, then also without pressure that, hey, we have this, we can take it to the media. And I assure you, Juliana, taking this to the media has got nothing. We'll just be complaining like any other person. We're stranded. We want to get out of here. And as Halban tried to put it, there are also some people who work for the embassy who feels like they need some momentum to push the government, because everybody is quiet and government, of course, is aware of something. And if it comes to evacuating, people in Tanzania are the easiest to evacuate. We move by road. A flight is not very necessary. Okay, they can choose that as well, but even by road we can move. And it will not really need a lot of money from government. But, you know, we have to justify that we really need to go home. Otherwise, if there's no justification, nobody will make that move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's anyway my opinion, but we can still listen to other advice. Those who be there, those who are here, you can advise.
He was going to say
And
something.
then, okay. We also need to have some time limit to our meeting.
Thank you. From what we've been discussing here, it looks like we all have one fear. And that is our stay in case the worst comes to the worst. And that is can we be able to secure the insurance, the health insurance? That is what we should be pushing for. Because these other opinions of, pushing government to do this, I think they are going to still fall on deaf ears. Why don't we work on what is kind of possible? We go through Mandela, tell them, please process the health insurance cards. We have them so that even when one gets sick, they can go and access medical insurance. They can go get the health services they desire. That's my point.
The insurance may not work for the COVID-19. If you have been following news and what's going on, you saw how Ugandan, the drivers from Tanzania would be brought back by force. You've been following that. Then my worry is one, today the heads of state met and made resolutions, but the one of Tanzania was not present. So all the resolutions that were made, you can't be sure he assented to them. Eh? So I'm thinking we make a resolution of the one that Gustavio has said. We write an official letter, we attach it with a video, but we are sure the video shouldn't be viral. We just attach it to him, to the letter, and we send to the High Commission. Just that we agree among ourselves. There is no making this video viral. Thank you.
Okay, guys, we have already spent some time for the meeting. I would request that we make some major resolutions and we move the meeting into AOP. Surely we still want to listen to Juliana, but on another matter.
Of course, why not? I'm sure.
You completely understand this.
I know.
I'm sure when you look at my color, Juliana's color, you see a good plan. But let's move to the...
Gustavio, listen. I'm sure whenever we are the ones talking, you don't even listen. When we are talking, you don't even listen.
Yes.
You're always waiting to say, Juliana, please say another thing. You even ask, Juliana, please, do you have even anything else to add on? Really? Let me first complain. Am I not a person?
You're given time to talk and you use it for something.
Am I not a person? Are we not a people? Am I not a people?
Resolution number one. Resolution number one. Can you give us resolution number one?
Okay. Juliana.
Resolution number one.
Me.
Hey.
No, by the way, you guys, I was listening to you guys talking about going to the ambassador and stuff like that. Guys, take what the president said. Don't take it literally. The guy said, you guys should stay there. I don't think he's going to change his mind anytime. Me, my advice would be, just like they did to those guys in China and what, you should arrange, they send you some money.
That's the thing. Now you're talking.
We can only come when we have expressed that we need.
I know.
We need it. So
I understand, but
that is true.
Gustavio, we all know how our president, how stubborn he is. Okay, once he says something, he doesn't go back on it. And you should also notice that even those legislators that are there, those guys are just placeholders. Okay, I don't know if I'm placeholders. You understand? Just like a picture. Those guys don't do anything at all. Even if you go to Amasa, the final man is the president. And once he says that
I'm
you guys are not coming,
He's
you're not
even
coming.
recording.
Pardon?
Keno,
Yes.
good.
What?
Okay, fine. We note your opinion, Keno. Can I say this now? With this, can I say this is one resolution that we write a letter addressed to the ambassador. One, of course, emphasizing that we are stranded here, and we ask for two things. We ask to be evacuated, and those who are remaining, we ask them to be assisted because they had planned to return. They had planned to return, but now they cannot go home. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We ask for two things. But if they say no, you cannot return, then we need our kaum.
Yeah, financial assistance. Yes, that's also another way. You know?
Guys.
Yeah.
We are here.
Actually, he didn't have data. He went back to buy data.
Come on, bro.
Yes.
Okay, actually, what's your opinion?
Actually,
Actually, what's your opinion?
Man, I wasn't. Opinion on what?
okay.
He was not
Okay,
around.
resolution now. We are making resolutions.
Oh,
That will go.
wait. So, what was your thought on having this to like resolve it from there? Because practically it looks like you cannot really like the borders, like practically.
We're not hearing you well.
He doesn't have data.
Okay, our opinion is that we write to the ambassador. Yes, we are right, ambassador, emphasizing that we are stranded here and we need to either be evacuated back to Uganda or assisted because we can no longer support ourselves.
Yeah. I second that. But
yeah. I think that's.
I'm pretty sure the second resolution they would consider that. But the first one of you guys coming back here, I think that's
Yes.
would be difficult. But
Okay.
you guys
Fine.
would be okay.
I think I also agree with that. Like earlier on, like I said, it will be really difficult to come back because no one has even managed to do that unless you're going to disguise as a turn boy. You're not going to
You're
make
a truck
it.
driver. You just be a truck driver for one day.
Oh, a truck driver. So I think whatever we're trying out maybe should be there. Like go ahead and write to like the ambassador, showing that you're no longer able to support yourself there. Otherwise, we will need a more credible reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. That is one. Then the opinion of any other. Otherwise, we close the online meeting and then we allow AOB.
Hilary has not said anything. Semakula has not said anything. Kojo, nothing. What are you guys doing? Hey. I hear you.
Hey, you're not observing me instead.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. I would like to move a motion that we now stop the meeting and move it to AOP. Is that fine?
Gustavio,
it's okay. It's okay.
Gustavio.
Yes.
Gustavio.
The ambassador.
Gustavio.
Yes.
Gustavio.
Yes.
Yeah, as our leader, we would like to really thank you for conversing us here, but now that the meeting is done, we want to talk to, just for fun, talk to Kojo and this guy, Hilary and Semakula and Juliana. So if you want to go, go. For us to
Where is
Juliana.
Oh, we are around.
Me around.
Of course, even me. I've taken like 7 weeks. I've not talked to a girl, so I really want to talk to Juliana.
I also want to talk to Juliana.
Okay. Semakula. No,
Okay, we don't know Okay, fine. Let the meeting go on, but it's off the record now. Keno, may you stop recording?
Yeah, sure.
Keno.
Yes.
Keno.
Yes.
So if we write a letter, who are we going to, if we copy it to, who are the people should we copy into?
You are the guy who knows people.
I'm asking for opinion.
Okay,
because, for example, if we are to copy, who help us deliver the letter?
Let me tell you something. If you want this thing to be considered seriously, just write to Bobby Wine. Listen, much as it might sound crazy, but it would do you more visibility. You would gain more visibility than writing it to the permanent secretary, Sijui, prime minister. Those guys are just getting donations and taking to their homes. Nothing.
They don't give a shit about what you're saying, man.
They don't give a fuck about you.
No, can you deliver the letter to